Welcome, everybody. This is an early happy holiday season for us here. This is the first video we've been doing during the post-Halloween era, which we're
Right.
sad to say goodbye to. But we're going to get right into this. We have a trailer that we have not yet watched. Scott was briefing me before, and we're going to get in. But Scott, how are you? What's going on?
I'm good. As we're recording this, we are, as you said, we're past Halloween and we're bracing for the bitterness of winter, which arrived quick.
Man, it arrived quickly. It's like suddenly winter. Scott and I met up in Milwaukee and saw an old friend from Los Angeles who was in town, and it was quite literally like, oh, okay, it's winter now. The day before was nice, mid upper 40s, low 50s, and then suddenly snowstorm, and it's cold, and it's just going to keep getting colder. Anyway, this is not a weather report.
It is great time to stay inside and watch some movies, though.
This is true. And so what made you choose this one? Because this is what we do with our trailer reactions. We only see like, oh, it's a title, and then have some kind of basic input, but we don't really know anything about the movie.
I don't exactly remember where I heard about this movie, and I know, as I was telling you beforehand, I don't know what the synopsis is. I don't know the genre. I know the title is Y2k, and I saw the beginning of a trailer once, and you could tell it looked fun and set in probably 1999, leading up to Y2k. And I got to say that for one, it looked like a fun thing to review, the trailer to review, but also one of the first, I think the first TV series I ever developed of my own. It took place leading up to New Year's Eve Y2k. You know, I graduated high school in 1999. So like that is the time of, kind of going out on your own for the first time. Meanwhile, is the world about to end at the same time? So it's kind of a weird place in your life.
It was a weird place. At the same time, I think it's, for me anyway, I can't speak for you, of course, but looking back on it, I can see, it was a weird, different time. I graduated 2 years before you, so I wasn't quite on that 1999 cusp, which it definitely has that feeling of, whoa, we're transitioning over. But I remember the lead up to it, and it wasn't, I don't know, I never once did I actually think, oh yeah, we're screwed. Like everything's going to go down.
Yeah.
All the powers. I never really actually believed. I thought, okay, well, I guess it was my naivete of the time.
Exactly what I was going to say. We were young. We were also busy. We were out going to college, doing fun young person stuff and not paying attention to the news. Whereas if we were older, maybe we would have been around and watching TV more. We had a slightly different lead up to the 2012 end of the world, about 12 years later. Yeah.
I do remember anticipating 2012 a little bit more, but even then, I think in the back of my head, I'm like, no. Like I wanted to believe something was going to happen. Like I have this weird, not obsession, but thought process of the apocalypse and what would I do during it? What would it be like? And I don't want the apocalypse to happen. The Y2k apocalypse did not happen.
On record. Max Tim, anti-apocalypse.
Yeah, right. I am anti-end of world. Maybe a change, whatever. Yeah. Let's see what we have here. You want to just jump in?
So, we'll first take a look at the materials. And I do have to say the one little spoiler I got was that I saw that it was written and directed by Kyle Mooney, who you would recognize his face. Actually, here's his face from Saturday Night Live. So that gives away genre quite a bit. I did have the opportunity to interview Kyle Mooney at Sundance a few years ago. He had a small role in this movie called Jamo Jaya, which is a hip hop music story. But the fact that he's at the helm of this is, I don't know, it just gives me even more hope that this is going to be a really fun one.
Well, it looks like they've got the young actor from Stranger Things, but he looks so much older now. Rachel Ziegler. I think that's who that kid is.
Well, okay, so first off, here's the poster, though. Oh my gosh.
Oh, how funny.
I'm loving it. The last party before Y2k. Oh, producer Jonah Hill also.
That is a pretty fabulous poster. I will give them that. Yeah, Jaden Martell.
Knives Out, St. Vincent. He's in It.
It. Okay. Obviously, they're going the horror route because of the knife-riddled plug.
And I do love to see that as we're setting this in the 90s. Yeah, Alicia Silverstone and Fred Durst.
Yeah.
I wonder how many other little cameos from the 90s we'll see in here as well.
Nice.
And so, okay, the synopsis Two high school nobodies make the decision to crash the last major celebration before the new millennium on New Year's Eve, 1999. The night becomes even crazier than they could have ever dreamed when the clock strikes midnight. All right, so there's a good hook and cliffhanger as well.
It's a fun setup, and it doesn't really quite get us into the second act, but I don't think that's really what IMDb is trying to do. They're just trying to give us a little bit of a setup. And the fact that we've got what we can assume is some nostalgia here, this could play well.
Yeah. And so we've got two high school nobodies when we're talking character. So, and again, with the Jonah Hill connection, makes me think of Superbad, a bunch of high school nobodies trying to make it in and fit in at the cool kid party.
Yeah.
But that poster with the blood dripping from the power cord is very interesting and telling too. Yeah, we're going to jump into it here. I just wanted to mention A24, and A24 has been doing some great stuff this year.
Boy, where do they find all these movies? It's just amazing. Everybody wants to work with them, I guess.
Well, I think the answer is right here, because I noticed award, and it was nominated at South by Southwest for the Audience Award. So I don't know if A24 was on board at that point or not, but maybe that's where they acquired it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Oh, sticky.
Any lucky lady gonna get the midnight kiss?
Just talk to her, dude. What's up, Laura?
We're actually going to this New Year's thing. It's going to be a total shit show.
Oh.
See ya.
It's 1999, and we getting drunk.
In a few hours, you have an excuse to kiss the girl of your dreams.
Open up. Take us away.
So smooth.
Y2k is real.
Wow.
Someone's on the net.
By the way, that was Chumbawamba I heard in the background.
Dumbass. I use gel.
The
Oh, shit. A Tamagotchi just drilled through a chick's head. Come on, we gotta go.
We are experiencing major problems as a result of the Y2k breakdown.
Bye-bye, human race.
We're talking global computer apocalypse.
Sorry, guys. I guess you're fucked.
They made a video on everything. That's crazy. You don't know how this shit works.
Grab a bike, grab a board, grab whatever you can.
This has been the shittiest night of my life.
Fuck this!
But it's cool that we got to hang out for once.
Don't let go! I get knocked out, but I get up again.
December 6th is the release date on that one.
Oh, it's funny because I think those things are called thunder sticks that the guy was using. I used to play with those things. It had like a baton, and you would go back and forth and flip them around.
Juggle, some sort of a juggle thing.
Yeah. They hit the nostalgia. It really looked like it was set in the 90s. Like the color timing, everything had that way and feel. They did a nice job with the wardrobe. Yeah. I knew all those kids in high school.
Right. I think it's also cool that, they are leading up to New Year's Eve, and this is essentially a New Year's Eve movie. So it's kind of cool to have a holiday other than Christmas celebrated this time of year. There's not a lot of New Year's movies. When Harry Met Sally, I'll give you that. But
obviously not shot in the Midwest because it looked warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is something I would absolutely watch at home. I don't think I'm going to go to a movie theater to watch it. If I was younger and it was like a fun kind of Christmas holiday break thing to go do with my friends, I'd probably go see it.
It reminds me a lot of, a cross between Bodies, where it's a silly, fun movie, but oh, there's some actual gore that's going to happen too, like some brutal deaths. And what was the other one? Again, Jonah Hill and a lot of the Michael Cera and a lot of them. That was another End of the World movie.
Yeah, This Is the End with it was Seth Rogen, James Franco. I think Emma Watson came in. I guess Michael Cera played a role. It does have a little bit of that feel. That felt a lot more, even more over the top. Although the image of the robot stomping out a cigarette butt. I think we can see where this is going. Completely.
And I thought it was going to be a smaller movie when we started the trailer, but obviously, like, when do you think? Probably the first to second act break is when midnight happens. Yeah. And then it's just the catastrophe growing for the next 2/3 of the movie.
Right. Yeah. A little hard to believe that the kids are going to figure out how to turn the power back on.
Yeah.
Because the nerds are still alive. Maybe they're the ones who figure out how to do it. I don't know. You can start to see the formula. Maybe I'm wrong. But what's interesting is you don't see a lot of, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen a ton of young kind of high school movies that I want to watch.
Oh, that's true. Not a lot. I mean, Booksmart, there was the Bottoms, but there's not a ton of them anymore. And maybe it's because that demographic doesn't go to the movies as often. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
It's also comedies in general, I do have to say.
Comedies in general, there's been a little bit of a political correctness kind of going around Hollywood over the past few years, and those high school comedies sometimes, tend to take you out of that. That could just be my own opinion. I don't know. I'd like to see them come back, and like this has a really fun hook and concept and situation, meeting the pretty typical nerd loner dude who likes the pretty popular girl in school, and it's like, okay, let's put him in a different situation. I bet it's a pretty fun movie to watch.
Yeah, it's got Judd Apatow's fingerprints on it without him being directly involved with it, and I'm not sure if he's a producer or not on this, but just all of those people, all of those actors that he's influenced and impacted directly or indirectly, they're carrying on, I think, some of the Judd Apatow style in this one, which I like. Yeah,
I love Judd Apatow, but Jonah Hill being a producer was almost too obvious that it was like, here's the new Michael Cera and Jonah Hill combo,
right?
Because they looked just. I thought it was Jonah Hill for a second. Obviously, then it isn't. So that was somewhat predictable, but whatever. I don't think they're trying to rewrite. I almost said rewrite history, which they quite literally do in the movie. There's something fun and possibly refreshing, even though it's an old trope.
And my personal favorite genre that just when they work, they really, really work, is horror comedy. And that's what this is. I did not know it was going to have a horror element when we started this one. So I'm excited to see. Also, I'm not sure what fully is going on, because, okay, Y2K, the bug is real in this one, as we see the planes exploding and like, okay, big stuff is happening. But it seems like there's some other psycho out there hunting them with the remote controlled, whatever, 90s toys. Yeah. I'm not sure. Is it Maximum Overdrive where every bit of technology is turning on humanity? Or is there somebody else out in the shadows?
Or is there somebody controlling it? Right. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if they even need that kind of twist. Oh, it's this person who's doing it. I mean, they did give away quite a bit of the story where they find some kind of big electrical box and they're trying to either rewire it or destroy it or something. But so maybe it isn't an actual person. It could be interesting if it is, if it's actually Jonah Hill who's behind all of this. I think they're going to have to elevate it a little bit, because if it is going to be a horror comedy, it is going to. You're right, because I love horror comedies, and when they work, they are so much fun. Like Tucker and Dale versus Evil is my all-time favorite, and that's a huge referral from you. So
yeah. Well, I'm in, and I think this one would be a lot of fun to see in the theater, because it just seems like you'd get that, that uproarious crowd, that liveliness, that energy in the room.
That's true. You might need that. That's true.
Or it's either that or have a couple of cocktails at home and create that energy for yourself, because this is not necessarily the movie to take seriously in the slightest way. I love the VHS Varsity Blues bootleg tape coming.
That was pretty funny. That was funny. Yeah, you're right. I think watching this with a group of people would make it a lot more fun because then you can poke fun at it, and then you have the camaraderie of everybody kind of coming along with the laugh. It is harder when you're watching it by yourself.
But hey, with this, the era that we're in, where some movies have a very short window where they're theatrically exclusive, maybe the idea is we'll get a small theatrical window, but then we'll be on streaming to rent by New Year's Eve, and people can have New Year's parties at home and rent it. So if that happens, we're on. Yeah,
right. I'm in. I'll do that. All right. Well, everybody, let us know what you think. If this is something that you would watch, whether it's your type of genre. Do you like horror? Do you like comedy? Do you like them when they're combined? If you don't, hey, let us know. You know, we're watching this for the first time, probably just right alongside you. So we want to know what you think. If you have questions of any kind, if you want us to review a different trailer that you want, to suggest or refer to us, we're all ears. So let us know.
All right. Thanks for watching.